Hello friends, welcome back to the garden. It's been a few weeks since I brought you into the garden, and I just have to say, growth is exploding. It is looking so lush, so beautiful, and I wanted to take you along, and I actually have a few things I can harvest. So let's go into the garden. What are you up to? Dogs. And for some reason the dog is freaking out right now. Though I actually may have an explanation. I see a hole over there. And the other day, I let the dog out and I see this big fat groundhog running away. Something had been eating my bean starts, and I actually saw it attack some cabbages, so I have those covered right now in the garden. So I borrowed a cage from the neighbor. I accidentally triggered it, so I have to reset it. But I covered the cabbages that are almost all the way formed. Look at that beautiful cabbage. I'm keeping them covered. I have the cabbages covered so all my hard work isn't for naught. And over here you can see I had some bean starts. This one is regrowing some growth. Somehow she wedged her butt under there, so I have to go get her. The gate is locked and I don't feel like unlocking it, so I'm gonna go through the house and get her. What are you doing, ma'am? Everyone's coming out to investigate how the dog got under the fence. Problem solved for now, but her skinny butt might be able to find other spots that can get under the fence, like up there. Okay, enough about groundhogs, no matter how frustrating they may be, and enough about dogs. Let's get into the garden. So here is a beautiful, healthy zucchini plant, with a couple zooks on it. Almost ready to harvest. Here are a few cucumber plants that are growing nice and strong, and they're starting to get some male and female flowers on them. Though unfortunately I am starting to see cucumber beetles, so I've been killing them as I see them. And let's talk about this sugar pie pumpkin. Let's talk about this pumpkin plant. This is a pie variety. And I'm starting to put cardboard underneath because last year I had a pumpkin plant and my husband weed whacked it. That's alright. Things happen. And we're starting to get some beautiful blooms. All the flowers in the garden I started from seed. This is my daughter's garden and it's just bursting with life. Her tiny Tim has lots of buds on it. And tomatoes starting. Here's another tiny Tim. This one, I had a video where it was looking very sickly and I just moved it to see what would happen, and I took off all the sick leaves. And as you can see, it's bushy and healthy, so I'm glad I just didn't dispose of it. But there are tons of fruit on this one. These are the sweet potato plants and they're starting to branch out and bush up. Over here is basically a bed of peppers, my favorite. And they are just looking big, bushy, and healthy. Lots of little buds starting to form. And we actually do have a few peppers starting. This is a lemon drop pepper. I took one of the tomato plants out of the hay bale because it just wasn't looking very healthy and no sense just dragging it along. I have a lettuce hiding here. This is a tomato plant, and I have two pepper plants over here. These are the onions I started from set, and they're just looking big and beautiful. We have some peas. We probably have more that we can harvest. So I'm gonna get my little harvest basket. I have some bean sprouts in here hiding that the groundhog didn't attack. I really thought the dog had gotten it. I looked out the door and I had just let her out. Ooh, some carrots. These are the tomatillos growing in the hay bale, looking big and bushy and healthy. And soon we're gonna have some ground cherries. I've been getting raspberries off my raspberry bush. You can see it's just laden with fruit that's ripening as it goes. And every time I get a handful, I basically just hand it to my daughter, and it's like candy from the backyard. So I have my little harvest basket here, and I know there is lots of basil I can harvest and possibly zucchini, so I'm gonna do that now. This is my leaf. This is my lettuce basil, and you can see it gets big, beautiful leaves. And there's a basil hiding in here. I like to dehydrate my basil and use it in recipes, use it in my spaghetti sauce. I love to do things where I can use all the vegetables, herbs that I need for a spaghetti sauce or a salsa and have it come from my own backyard. I have literally just a beautiful harvest of basil. Whole basket full of basil. So I've been having lots of aphids on my tomato plants, and I've just been letting them go. It doesn't seem like they're really damaging anything. It's wonderful though when you see nature doing what nature does best and not interfering with chemicals, not interfering with something that could potentially damage the earth. Instead, just letting nature do what it needs to do. And I saw some ladybugs out here, and I know ladybugs eat aphids, and it was just very exciting to see that because nature will do what nature does best. As you can see, a bunch of aphids on this tomato plant. But I've seen a few ladybugs now, and I'm just gonna leave it alone and let nature take care of it. You've been caught. She loves raspberries. She was in here stealing some raspberries. You gonna come take some more? Huh? Gonna fight the child for them? You want a raspberry? Want a raspberry? This beautiful pot of flowers was a Mother's Day gift for me, and I'm hoping to get some seeds from it because these flowers are just so beautiful. I'm hoping to actually get the blueberries from the blueberry bushes this year, so I put some netting up. Some of them are starting to turn purple. Woo! And the blackberry bush over here is a beast. This is a butterfly bush that my neighbor gave me last year, and I did not cut it back, and it is just a beast.
That looks beautiful.
It does. So I have a new problem to solve. The dog got out at least 3 or 4 more times, finding different ways to get under the fence. And I know it's the groundhog really bothering her, so... you know, there's always something, right? Thank you for joining me in the garden today. I love sharing all the growth and progress. If you want to see more videos from me in the future, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, my friends, thank you.